Elders League of Koboko, together with Mama Mary Adiri from Terego, on behalf of all the delegates who were there from all the districts of West Nile, and they say they are handing it on behalf of the whole of West Nile region to show that I am the sole candidate for West Nile, and so this flag was handed to me yesterday on behalf of all of you. I want to thank all of you, all the whole of West Nile and other areas like Nelango, Karamoja and others, because I know you have been coordinating amongst yourselves. You are always in touch. The chairman keep on calling fellow chairmen, the members keep on calling other members, the NRM administrator and the chairs also keep on coordinating.
And how do you feel about West Nile saying you are their sole candidate? You are their sole candidate.
I am very, very excited because first of all I come from West Nile, and in the Bible they say a prophet is never honored among his people. But when my people of West Nile say I am a sole candidate, I greatly feel that my people have given me the highest honor. And when they give me that highest honor, it rings a bell. And the other sub-regions who are also supporting me will also now feel that from the West Nile he has been endorsed as the sole candidate. Therefore, I will be sole candidate now in all the other sub-regions. I may not be, but because like in Ashwali sub-region we have 3 other competitors, and so, but I strongly believe that with what has come out from the leaders of West Nile and also the leaders of Lamu, I've been moving with my brother from Alepton, who is the chairman of the Elders League, Angelo Ukelo, with whom I contested in the last election. He was my runner-up. So now he told me that the Lamu people have advised him not to disturb me but come and give me the support, because I have done everything that he would have done. I have implemented 3/4 of the manifesto which he would have done, and so he is now moving with me, and especially telling the people and also leading by example, because for us in NRM we believe that when a flag bearer comes from among our party members, even if you lose the election, you must make sure you work together with the flag bearer in order to make our party stronger. Our NRM party is bigger than all of us, and it is the mightiest party headed by none other than His Excellency President Yoweri Museveni. And so we must follow his good examples and lead by example and walk the talk. And so I want to thank Mr. Angelo Ukelo very, very much for leading by good example. And I want to thank all my people wherever I've gone who have received me very, very warmly. I want to thank those who took the trouble to go and nominate me all the way in Kampala. And also those who took trouble to go and sign my nomination papers in Kampala, because I wanted to make sure that the whole sub-region, the whole northern region is fully represented in signing my nomination papers and also in nominating me, which was done. I'm very grateful, and I appeal to all of them, when the D-Day come, we must all line up behind Akumu Catherine Mavenjina, Member of Parliament, older person, Kadma, very good.
Okay, the older persons are asking for age should be reduced,
yes,
and then their money for projects and the issue of health. Yes. What are you going to speak on their behalf when you go back?
Yes, the sage age is 80 years. The 80 years is very far. We have already been working on it, and we have been lobbying the president that the age of 80 should be reduced at least to 70 or 75. And I think it was captured in the last budget, but it's awaiting to come to cabinet, parliament, so that it can be made into law. Because before it is made into law, you can never be sure. So we have already worked on that. If it is not done, we are going to work to ensure that it is done. And as far as even the money for sage, we are saying should be increased from 25 to at least 50. Then for health, I know the old person suffer a lot. When they go to health centers, they don't get attention they need. Many times they find no medicine, nobody attends to them. So we would like to lobby government to get these specially trained doctors who can handle the older persons very, very well. So that we make aging, they age gracefully, and we make aging a blessing from God. And so we are also working on the health insurance scheme, so that when they go to the hospital and their drugs they need to be bought, the health insurance scheme will cover them. So those are some of the challenges of the older person.
Thank you so much. Okay, you're going to give me a summary in English, and then you end up in Alur. As the consultations go on, as older persons, you are now going to elect your member of parliament from party and then to the general elections. What is the reason of you as Greater Nebi? Yesterday Arua, Greater Arua, up to let's say now West Nile has endorsed Mavenjina as their sole candidate. What is the reason, and what are the issues you're asking her to go back and seek from the government on behalf of older persons in West Nile?
I'm called, first of all, let's start with my name. I'm calling again Okaro Enos, chairperson, Nebi District for older persons. The reason why we are sending back, or maybe you have endorsed Honorable Mavenjina back to Parliament for another 5 years, because we have seen she has done a lot for Nebi District. She has learned a lot for us as older persons in Parliament. She's actually very open. Whatever happened in Parliament, she has to come back and tell us. She has lobbied for us a lot as older persons and made us to know what actually from the government. You have come to learn that Kumbe, there's a lot of things the government's catering for to older persons. Take like for PDM, you have not known even whether there was 10% for older person in PDM. Segop, you have not all known about that. Even drugs, there's Kumbe percentage for particular type of drugs for sickness for older persons. All these things have been revealed to us, and you have come to know about them. And she fought for them tooth and nail to make sure that older persons are getting it. Plus other programs she's lobbying for. Therefore, we see it wise that if we don't take her back and we put another person, those process which has already started might be interrupted. So we need that. We need her continuity, so that those programs and the lobbying continues, and the cycle is complete.
Now that you have trusted her again,
Yes.
There are things that maybe she did not do that you demand. We have seen older persons suffer issues of sickness. They have been abandoned by their children, especially us men. When we grow up, our children come and take away their mother somewhere as the man you have forgotten. How do we advocate for? There are also those who are poor, they don't have good structures.
On that issues, actually, you have put it very clear to her as being our representative. We said, let her go back. And in their sitting, at that high level of their sitting, in Parliament, maybe her lobbying with the President, His Excellency, she can put our issues right there. Because actually we have those problems as older persons. And we know that for us, we came to know that she's the right person who can take our voice there. And we achieved all those problems because I already put them before her. Like example, you see, I put her the issue of transportation. We leaders, because I said we are also elected by people like we are electing her now. So let her actually lobby for our transport so that we also start from grassroots level. Because most of the elders who are suffering are the typical elders in the village there, which falls under our structures. Me as being the chairperson for older persons. So we know her. Through her, we are going to achieve whatever is remaining.
Okay, give us that. Okay, start with your name and today's consultative meeting for older persons. What decision did you people take for West Nile region as we head for elections?
No, me, I'm Jose Angelo Kela. I'm coming from a left town district, Lao sub-region. What has brought me here briefly is that I contested during the last elections, and I was the runner-up for our honorable MP. This time round, I wanted to contest again, but my people put me down and advised me not to contest against her. So there is no candidate in Lao sub-region. In Lao sub-region, she is also a candidate. My people, after stopping me from contesting, they also advised me to join her and campaign for her. So I've come here to join her and campaign for her. We have moved throughout Acholi sub-region. We have gone to one of the parts of Karamoja sub-region called Karenga, and now we are here. We have almost covered West Nile sub-region. We are remaining with only Navy districts, which we are completing tomorrow. Then I will travel back to Electown.
What are the issues you are placing before her once she goes back to Parliament for older persons?
When she goes back to Parliament for older persons, my emphasis is on these toilet seats, plastic toilet seats. Both government and NGOs should be lobbied to fit these toilet seats for older persons in villages. Another thing is the shelter, the housing shelter. You will realize that when you visit the poorest home in the village, you will find an older person sleeping in the poorest house in that homestead. The home is first of all the poorest. Then again the older person who is within that poorest home sleeps in the poorest house. So we got a design of a house. A professor from America brought us a design for a house which was costing 4.5 million. But now prices have gone up, it should be 6 million. Our intention, my advice to her is to lobby government and NGOs to select these poorest homes and put as model houses for the poorest homes for an older person, and put them in various strategic positions which people can see and copy. These houses, if the traditional leaders are engaged, they can even mobilize funds locally by themselves and build this low-cost housing for their people. Traditional leaders are very instrumental in mobilizing youth to do voluntary work. This can be done. Other things, she's already doing it. She has already covered most of the things.
Lastly, the grant government gives for older persons, how is it changing the lives of these older persons?
The grant for older persons is there, but it is very meager. In our district, for the last 4.5 years, that grant has covered, you know, we in a Electoral district, we have sub-counties and town councils. We have, I think, let me count first. I think there are about 12 in all, town councils and the sub-counties. But you'll find that in 4 years' time, not even a half of the sub-counties have received that grant. And the management of that grant should be improved. The management is not very good. I will not give you the details, but I will advise her how it should be improved. And SAGE, which is talking about which people receive, there's also a problem with it. I don't know in your district here, but in Lao sub-region, there are many cases where the children and grandchildren of older person divert this money. The older person gets it, they grab it from them and they use it themselves. Then the older person remains stranded. In this area also, the best people to manage that are the traditional leaders. If government engages traditional leaders and instructs them to monitor the use of siege money, to monitor if this siege money is really benefiting the older person who is getting it. In many cases, there are cases where the money is diverted by their relatives, by the relatives of the older person. So some of these issues also should be handled.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes.
English, and then you summarize in Alur. What are the main issues you're demanding from your candidate, Akumu Mavenjina, as older persons, as you head for elections?
The main issue we are demanding.
Start with your name.
I'm called Ogwinyo Silvano Uzere. I'm called Ogwinyo Silvano Uzere, the vice chairperson of Elders League Zombo district. The main issue we are demanding from Honorable Catherine Akumu Mavenjina is, first of all, actually, the right of the older person. The government is not treating older person as citizens who are of age. First of all, actually, if they follow this, let all the older person be examined at least twice a month in their medical checkup, so that they should know their status, so that they can control the disease which is disturbing them. And if that one can come down even to the younger people. I say this because when there was a lot of measles in this country, the vaccination was done against measles, and you find out measles is eradicated. Secondly, what we need from Honorable Catherine Akumu Mavenjina is to see that even when the older people they go for medical treatment, they should be recognized. There should be a corner where they say that is elders corner, so that, because this day we older person, we are seeing people rush for treatment, people rush for any services, and these are the people who have seen all the problems of this Uganda. Actually, when they want to leave space for the young one push them further. When they want to say that let other people be recognized, they are not recognized. You find in the long term, those who are even giving service, when they are tired, say, for you come next time. And there are some older person who are actually even very angry when anger comes in them, they leave, the service is not taken. And then thirdly, actually, like in Europe and in other developed countries, you find some of the older person who don't have people to care for them, they are sorted among the community and they are cared for. I think this is actually so that the older person also can live, so that older person also can know that they belong to this nation. With other services, we can only advise her that you catch up with other members of parliament.
Why did you endorse her as sole candidate for West Nile?
We endorse her as sole candidate of West Nile through her experience. He was a magistrate, RDC, he was chairman of public service, he was minister of public service, and actually we have seen her service is good. And we see that he should save our nation through being the MP of Northern Uganda, because of what we have been trying in the past, and actually we found that her service is good.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to first of all thank you for coming to take this message to the people of this region. Today we have had a very useful meeting for our candidate who is representing Northern Region. The candidate for the Northern Region for older persons is Honorable Akumu Mavenjina. Currently she is actually the MP for the region, but she has been nominated for a second term and she's coming for this term. So we gathered here as a region from Koboko, though for her she was able to meet Moyo and Ajumani in Moyo, but she met us from Yumbe, Arua, Koboko, Maracha and Terego plus Mariokolo and Arua municipality. So we all met her here, and the turn-up was 100%, and I think the issue here is that we are endorsing her as our candidate for this region in the office of the representative for Northern Region for older persons. And we appreciate her work. We think that she's the right person as of now to take this office. And we have been here since morning. She was away, but we had to wait here. And that showed the interest that people have in her. And we appreciate that she turned up, she was able to give us a message. And most importantly, we have been hearing other candidates, but we think that she's the one who deserves this office. So we are giving her a second term, and we urge that those who didn't, maybe the one or two other people who never came, should be able to take this same message that we're endorsing her for our Member of Parliament for older persons for Northern Region. This is an office which she's still holding, and we think that she should continue.
Looking at West Nile as one of the sub-regions, you have other sub-regions, Acholi, Lango, Karamoja. As West Nile, you've taken a decision already. What do you think about other sub-regions if they think otherwise?
Actually, there was a representative from Lango who came with her. Lango doesn't have a candidate. So Lango is saying they're endorsing her. Gulu has got three other people, 3 candidates. And we think that even in Gulu, we'll be able to get votes. And for Karamoja, they don't have a candidate. Therefore, we think that we shall also have Karamoja on our side. She has been moving to these places before. So I think she shouldn't find a problem taking both Arua region, per se, the region for Arua. Then we take the northern part of Gulu, Gulu, Lango, and also Karamoja. So we think that she has a big advantage taking this position.
As he's going back for another term, what are the things elders are placing before her to push for in the 12th Parliament?
Yeah, the elders are looking at one, a reduction of the age limit for SAGE. SAGE is the money that government gives to the older persons. And we understand the age limit has been reduced to 75 from 80. And we think that also older persons should have more projects. The last term, older persons received projects, which projects were termed older persons SEGOP. SEGOP is an abbreviation for the project that government has been giving to older persons. And we think that if we can get more of these projects, we expect many other people to benefit.